Hi, I'm Anne Marie with the Oregon Farm Bureau, and welcome to this episode of Fred Talks.
Hi, my name is Macy Rosselle. I'm a sophomore at Oklahoma State University, and I was super fortunate to be a recipient of the Oregon Farm Bureau Scholarship.
Macy, can you tell us first a bit about how you heard about the Farm Bureau Scholarship and why you applied?
My sophomore year of high school, when I was going through all the scholarships I was eligible, it popped up, and I was like, you know what? I think that this would be an amazing scholarship to apply for. I've been involved in ag my whole life. My family raises livestock, and then we also farm wheat, and I've been involved in 4-H and FFA, and I was like, why not apply and see if I get it? And I was super fortunate enough to get it twice. And the Oregon Farm Bureau is just so generous to have these scholarships for not only high school students, but college students as well. Just got back from Washington, D.C., where I was interning with Congressman Cliff Bentz, who represents Oregon's 2nd District, which covers all of Eastern Oregon and then Central Oregon and a bit of Southern Oregon as well. And it was an amazing experience. I learned so much about how our government is run, but then I also got to focus on the issues that our district and state are facing, especially concerning agriculture and natural resources. The congressman was on the Natural Resources Committee, so we did a lot with that, especially focusing on the drought and all the wildfires that our state is dealing with today.
What were some of the things you did as an intern?
So as an intern, I did a lot of daily tasks, which were making sure the office was stocked up on supplies and then answering mail, and then also answering the phones and talking with our constituents, whether they just wanted to voice an opinion or they had some casework they needed help with. So I answered all of those questions. And then I also did some legislative stuff, which depended on what we were working on that week during session. So if one of our staffers or the congressman needed something looked up, one of the interns would research that information and then provide it to them. Some other tasks I did were helping to write letters, whether it was a response to a constituent or just kind of drafting something for someone else to edit later. And then just other little tasks around the office, like folding the flags that we send out to constituents and just a bunch of really cool stuff. It was really amazing to learn how congressional offices work because everybody has a part to play, and it's just really cool all the work that goes into that.
What were some of the things that surprised you?
It really surprised me how involved the offices were with what was going on in the district. Obviously, if our constituents, need casework, we did that, but then just the overall issues too. I remember one of them was the grasshoppers that were in Eastern Oregon that were eating all the crops just because the populations were so heavy. And that was an issue that we really focused on. We were working with USDA to try to, get a solution. And it really surprised me how quickly we, hopped on that to get that issue solved for the producers and just the constituents that were in that district. The staff really cared about what was going on in the district, and we wanted to make sure that all of our people were taken care of and we were solving those issues as quickly as we could.
What was it like living in Washington, D.C.?
I loved it so much. I was really fortunate enough to have a house that was a block past the Supreme Court. So it was a 10-minute walk every day. I got a view of the Capitol. I lived with 14 other people, which was kind of crazy, but was an amazing experience at the same time. None of them were involved in agriculture at all growing up. And so it was definitely a shock because I would say something and they would have no clue what I was talking about. But at the same time, I was able to really communicate with them and just have so many cool conversations. And by the end, they all knew something about agriculture. So I consider that a success.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you're studying in college right now?
I am an ag business pre-law major with a minor in environmental economics, policy, and politics. I really was planning on going to law school and focusing on ag and environmental law and policy, and then coming back to Oregon and helping producers really just learn how to implement all the policies that are being made, in Washington, D.C. And that right now is my main plan, but I'm also thinking about maybe spending a few years back in Washington, D.C. working on the Hill, hopefully focusing on ag, environmental policy, and just getting more experience on that side of things, helping to draft that policy. I really just love the community. I think agriculture is so broad. Obviously, you have livestock production and crop production, and then within there, just so many different breeds or species or varieties of crops. But no matter what you produce or what you do in agriculture, everybody is always willing to help if there's an issue, which is something that I just really love.